May I come in, sir?
Yeah, come.
Good
Take a
afternoon,
seat.
sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Sit down, Ashish.
Thank you, sir.
So, Ashish, you are from Delhi.
Sir, I'm from Uttar Pradesh, but I was born and brought up in here, in Delhi.
Because your name, address, everything, Delhi, Karol Bagh. That too, Karol Bagh.
Sir, I was born in B.L. Kapoor Hospital in Karol Bagh.
Okay. Otherwise, you are from UP, you say. Which district?
Sir, Toonla Tehsil in Firozabad district.
Firozabad. Tell me something about Firozabad. It's famous for something. For what?
Sir, Firozabad is famous for its glass industry.
Very good.
It is also called Sohag Nagri because glass bangles are also made there.
Yes.
So that is the main reason for its.
What is the current status? Are they having good market? Bangles?
Sir, currently there was a case with Turkey earthquake. Being Turkey is the major supplier of raw material of soda ash in the glass industry, and it's also a major market for the glass industry of Firozabad. So lot of orders are being pending. So they are in a current state of confusion whether to produce more or stop the production. All in all, because of the Taj trapezium zone that was established because of the Taj Mahal, pollution standards have been tightened. So there is impact on that industry, and some labor is also being migrated to other states to look for better avenues.
Migration mainly to south.
No, sir, towards Rajasthan because it is near to Rajasthan.
Neighboring states.
Yes, sir.
That's not bad. How far is Firozabad from Taj Agra?
Sir, it is around 40 kilometers.
40 kilometers. Because you mentioned about pollution, I was wondering. But what is the distinct advantage in Firozabad? Why is the glass industry so famous there? Anything natural? Raw material or anything?
Sir, Yamuna River flows through the southern boundary of Firozabad. So the affluents from that industry go towards Yamuna, and basically cheap labor from neighboring districts from western UP and eastern UP, they migrate to Firozabad for that industry. And also the connectivity is better there. The National Highway 2 is passing through Firozabad from Delhi, and also railway connection is also good. The Delhi Howrah railway line passes through Toonla and through Firozabad also.
Very good. How about the population composition? What percentage is Muslim? What percentage is Hindu? Any idea?
Sir, I would be making a guess. So it would be around 85% of will be Hindus and rest of them will be.
85 Hindus, huh? I thought little more. Anyway, good. That's nice. Okay, your father is in the government, is it? Assistant Director, where?
Sir, in Intelligence Bureau.
Oh, Intelligence Bureau. Good. I want to ask you more on that. Okay, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Arkepuram.
Yes, sir.
Sector 8, you were staying somewhere there, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you went to Jamia Millia.
Yes, sir.
For mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
You didn't try Delhi College of Engineering, IIT and all. You did.
Sir, I did, but I didn't get
Okay,
through.
that's all right. You passed in 2018.
Yes, sir.
Now we are in 23. What have you been doing last 5 years?
Sir, from 2018 till July of 2019, I was working in Siemens as a graduate trainee engineer.
Siemens?
Yes, sir.
Where,
Siemens.
in Gurgaon or somewhere?
Yes, sir, in Gurgaon.
Okay.
Thereafter, in July 2019, I left the job for Civil Service Examination. So this is my third attempt and first interview.
Oh, third attempt, first interview. That is all right. What's your optional?
So mechanical engineering.
Oh, optional also mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So you must be very good in mechanical engineering, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
are hybrid cars?
So hybrid cars, they take power from the internal combustion engine as well as from the battery of the electric vehicle thing. So the power that is transmitted to the wheels comes from both the internal combustion engine and electric batteries, depending on the need.
Given the various problems with EV vehicles as of date, and also petrol and diesel, what will be your option? Don't you think hybrid cars will be very good for a country like India?
So certainly the promotion of electric vehicles is improving day by day, and hybrid vehicles is a good option because it reduces the it smoothens the transition from fossil fuel based energy to electric based energy. So it would be a good step, and the trend is also improving towards more adoption of electric vehicle with better charging infrastructure and better engineering that is going into the vehicles.
But regarding electrical vehicles, we see every now and then some standing scooters, they catch fire, and so also some cars. What is the reason? Something wrong in the design or what?
Sir, the design of electric batteries and the integration of that system with the rotary movement of vehicles, the engineering and design is evolving. The internal combustion engine technology has been evolved for so long years. That's why it is very safe. So, because since electric vehicle is only now coming as a commercial business and as a practical opportunity, so there are some incidences of these accidents. But I believe the engineering teams of the startups, they are very keen to resolving these issues, because such incidences reduces the public popularity of electric vehicles.
You must have listened to the budget speech or read about the budget.
Yes, sir, briefly.
Okay, can you recall some of the provisions in the budget, aimed at reducing the pollution, etc.? Keeping the vehicles only in mind.
Sir, the budget has given the green hydrogen energy mission.
Very good.
The allocated budget. It will reduce the pollution. It will also decarbonize the transport and other major sectors of industry, like steel and fertilizer industry. Another thing is in green growth is also important pillar of the Saptarshi goals that the Prime Minister has decided. And also the capital expenditure of infrastructure has been again raised by a good amount of.
By what percentage? Percentage you should know.
Sir, I think, sir, I'm not sure about the exact figure, but it is around 30-35%.
Correct, 33%. So
yes, sir.
Good.
So
how
in
about
this,
scrapping of old vehicles?
Yes, sir. Village, the vehicle scrappage policies has also been released. So it would also reduce the old vehicles that are more polluting, the diesel vehicles, with some time period. After some time period, you have to scrap that vehicle and buy new vehicles.
No,
the government has also taken up the policy to first push this vehicle scrappage for its own government vehicles. So
they will compensate them for that.
Yes, sir. These are 2 or 3
Very
things.
Good. But what sort of scrapping will be done? In the US, I mean, in foreign it's very easy. You take it to the yard, pay them, they crush it. Here I don't know how they are going to do about it. What are they going to do about it? Scrapping means what? Just park it somewhere and forget about it.
Sir, I am not sure about the exact policy on this, that what would be the further options. But a good approach can be to regulate this scrapping industry, where steel, I believe the footloose industry of steel making that is nearby to automobile sectors of Gurgaon and Delhi, they can take that vehicle and extract the aluminium, the metals from that vehicle, and thereby reuse it, thereby reducing waste and decarbonizing the sector more.
Very good. I don't have your full this thing. What are your hobbies? Some of one page is missing. Page 3.
Watching movies.
Achha, watching movies. Is that? Oh, achha, by hand written, is it? And
No,
jogging.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Watching, sir, it is watching movies of one director, Christopher Nolan.
Only?
No, not sir, only. I watch all kinds of good movies that are there. But I am a fan of this director because of the peculiar things that is there in his movies.
Which movie did you watch? The latest?
Sir, the latest movie that was Tenet in 2020. It was released. I watched that.
Good. And jogging, do you do every day?
No, sir. I have not been able to do for past few days, and also because of there are sometimes very severe pollution in Delhi. So I try to go when the sun is up around 10 to 12 p.m. But it has been sporadic lately.
Good. Now you opted for police service also.
Yes, sir. That's my second.
Tell me, the Commissioner of Police of Delhi, He can be from anywhere, or he has to be from Delhi cadre?
Sir, I don't know.
You don't know. Who is the present Commissioner of Police in Delhi, you know? What's his
So
name?
Mr. Sanjay Agarwal.
Agrawal. He is from which cadre, you know?
Sir, I don't know.
Tamil Nadu.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Sanjay Arora.
Sanjay Arora, Tamil Nadu cadre.
Ashish,
Yes, sir.
what do you mean by a smart city?
Sir, smart city would be where the mobility, urban mobility would be smart in the sense it would be decarbonized, it would have easy access, and it would be inclusive. It would be digitalized in some manner where we can recharge our tokens or recharge our tickets and get tickets online. So it would be hassle free. These are some of the things in urban
Smart
mobility
city, I
sector.
said, smart city.
Yes, sir. In smart city, one pillar would be mobility.
Ashish, I mean, you are, focusing on some elements, one or two elements
Yes, sir.
really. But if you want to know the definition of a smart city, I suggest that you go to the website of Ministry of Transport and Urban Development.
Okay, sir.
There, you would see a definition of smart city. And then how many smart cities are there in India now? Do you have an idea?
Sir, I don't know.
Yeah, check on that. It's all there, And it was also mentioned in the last budget, not this budget. Last budget also, there is a focus on smart cities. Okay. We'll come straight to the international domain now. Okay. Now, a few questions. What do you mean by persona non grata? And in what context it is used?
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm not aware.
Persona non grata. If I say extraterritorial jurisdiction, what do you mean by that?
Sir, it would be the jurisdiction of a nation that is outside its own territory.
Can you give me some example? What is the jurisdiction?
Sir, in maritime sector, under the UN Convention of Law of the Sea, every country has extraterritorial jurisdiction up to some kilometers or some nautical miles from its coastline.
Some means what? You don't know?
Sir, it is, there are multiple boundaries. There is one 12 nautical mile boundary, there is one 200 nautical mile boundary, but I am not sure about when it stops from the...
I asked you this question in the context of international domain, international relations. Extraterritorial jurisdiction means maybe you are in this country, but you have extraterritorial jurisdiction. What I want to say is, say the US embassy premises in Chanakyapuri, they are located in Chanakyapuri.
Yes, sir.
So their embassy compound is supposed to be a part of United States.
nation. Yes, sir.
That is called.
Extraterritorial jurisdiction.
And you may have read also about WikiLeaks, the person who did
WikiLeaks,
all
yes.
that,
Yes, sir.
where he took refuge, the
Yes, sir.
place,
In another
in an
country.
embassy.
Yes,
He
sir.
went to an, why did you go to the embassy? Because he didn't want to be arrested.
Yes, sir.
So that's why you.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is from where the extraterritorial jurisdiction comes. Okay, anyway. We'll go to another topic. Tell me, why is Latin America, far away, Latin America? How do those countries rank in our, our foreign policy landscape? Why
Sir,
they are important?
In Latin America, there are countries like Brazil, which is an emerging economy that is part of the BRICS grouping, and we are also part of that grouping. So we are trying to coalesce our voice, the emerging countries' voice, to call for multilateral reforms in the UN. One is this. Another is the Venezuela, the country that is there. It is also a huge producer of oil. So, and we take oil from the global market, so from the OPEC countries, and Venezuela is part of that. Another reason is we have interest of extracting or gaining lithium material from the lithium triangle, that is Bolivia, Argentina and Chile. So the third reason is this. Also, the Argentina, Brazil, these are emerging economies, and the global recessionary winds due to Ukraine war and COVID pandemic has impacted the global south in a major way, and we are trying to have better relations with such countries to demand reforms and demand focus on these issues of climate change and terrorism, rather than solely focusing on the Ukraine war.
Okay. My last question to you, Ashish. What is this balloon controversy?
Sir,
It has also appeared at the news also today.
okay,
Something about balloons.
Yeah.
So there was one Chinese balloon that was hovering over United States airspace. So the United States was suspicious of that balloon's activity. They thought that it was a surveillance kind of mechanism that was done by China. So they shot it down. So this led to another drop in the China-US relations. And because of this incident, we came to know about that there was also one balloon over Andaman and Nicobar, this kind of thing. And
One
also
more in Punjab, I think.
Sir, I'm not aware about
Okay.
this case.
Yeah, one more they found in Punjab, by the way.
Okay, sir.
So they said they hovered over Pakistan, over China, Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
and-
There was one news of one drone that was also flown
Yeah.
in China, and 25 times it was flown in
Then-
Pakistan,
so,
and
so
then
see, this is happening now. Drones,
Yes, sir.
balloons.
yes, sir.
So it's very intriguing, no?
Yes, sir.
Why are they doing it?
Sir, balloon, they are hovering at a high altitude above the commercial flight height. So, and we don't
But how
suspect them.
can they manipulate a drone sitting so far away? How do they do it?
I think, sir, they are using satellite communication.
Okay.
That can be one way, or there must be some new technology that we don't know about from the ground as well.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Ashish,
Yes, sir.
your father is assistant director in IB.
Yes, sir.
What is the IB and RAW?
Sir, Intelligence Bureau deals with the internal security, and RAW deals with the counter intelligence in the foreign sector domain.
Okay, RAW stands for?
Sir, Research and Analysis Wing.
Okay, so under which control IB and under which whose control are RAW?
Sir, IB comes under Ministry of Home Affairs, but it also reports to PMO and Cabinet Secretariat, and RAW comes under the Cabinet Secretariat.
Okay, CBI director. How CBI director is appointed?
Sir, CBI director is appointed from a committee that comprises Leader of Opposition, Chief Justice of India, and the Prime Minister.
Okay, so is it a constitutional post or a statutory post?
Sir, it is a statutory post. CBI was established by Delhi Special Police Establishment Act.
Okay, good. A lot of controversy goes on between LG and Chief Minister of Delhi. So that controversy relates with what? GNCTD Amendment Act. What is the controversy?
Sir, in the 2018 Supreme Court verdict said that the apart from the three subjects of land, public order, and police, the government, the elected government of Mr. CM would the LG would act on only on the aid and advice of the elected legislature.
Okay, and what about the amendment?
So the amendment says that the government word mentioned in the verdict and in the act means the LG only.
Okay. And what is the matter related with services? Controversy going on?
Sir, the executive part of the Delhi government, it reports to the Ministry of Home Affairs, and it has its salary from the Delhi government, but it reports to the ministry. So this is a issue that Delhi government is saying that they are not able to control, or they are not able to hold the executive officer
So
accountable
what's your
for
take
their
on
action.
it? Who should control?
Sir, I think all of the subjects that are there in the union list and the subject list, in one way or the other, they are interlinked with each other. So the service personnel should also have some accountability to the Ministry of Home Affairs, because Delhi is the union capital. So they must also have some stake or to hold them accountable, and also there are also mechanisms to hold these persons accountable by a standing committee of the Delhi Assembly.
Okay, is there any driverless metro running in Delhi? driverless metro?
Sir, I know that there was experiment done in the pink line or in magenta line, but I'm not sure that it was a successful experiment or whether they are doing that. Correct.
Okay, is there any engine-less train running in the country?
Sir, I beg your pardon.
Is there any engine-less train running in the country? We were talking about driverless
Yes,
metro. Now, engine-less train running in the country. Is there any?
So there are electric trains that are driven by the overhead power lines. So
Mhm.
I
But
don't-
there is a locomotive. Wherever there is no locomotive, it means it is a driverless train. So where there is no locomotive, those are the driverless trains. Can you recall now?
Sir, I
Vande Bharat, Train 18.
okay, sir.
It is having self-propelled coaches and not the locomotive.
Okay, sir.
Self-propelled coaches. Any idea about EMU, DMU? What is this EMU?
So
Running
these are-
from Delhi to several other places, for example, Ghaziabad and some parts of Haryana too, like that. So EMU stands for?
Sir, sir, I'm not aware about the full form of it, but it is the
Anyway, I tell you, then you tell me what exactly that mean. Electric multiple units. So what is that? Electric multiple units. EMU.
Sir,
DMU, diesel multiple unit.
sir, it should be the that the coaches each coach is getting electricity from the overhead power lines.
Okay. Green growth, you were talking about one of the 7 priorities.
Green growth, yes, sir.
है ना सप्तर्षि. So green growth related with initiatives. So main initiatives, just name them.
So the PM Kusum scheme. Another would be green hydrogen energy
Green
mission.
hydrogen mission, okay.
Another would be the solar rooftop scheme.
Anyway, what is this green credit program?
So green,
Green credit program,
sir, I am not sure.
for which amendment is to be made under Environment Protection Act. Any idea?
Sir, I'm not
What
aware.
is PM Pranam? What is that? Acronym stands for? Pranam acronym stands for?
Sir, I read about it, but I am not
Okay,
recalling.
Govardhan. Again,
Sir, I am-
acronym stands for?
Sir, it is the waste to energy.
Waste to energy.
500
so,
plants.
Gobar is an acronym. Not Gobar means dung.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, an acronym, can you tell me?
Sir, I don't
Okay, Amrit Dharohar. Any idea of
Sir, the-
Amrit Dharohar? What is this?
Sir, it is the heritage conservation program of the government.
Mishti. What is that? So all these are related with green growth. Huh? Okay. Now one more question I will ask. So as we know, Delhi is one of the most polluted cities of the world,
Yes, sir.
and there are several steps which have been taken up by the central government as well as government of Delhi over the last 20 years. Had those measures not been undertaken, situation would have been much worse. So now you tell me which are the measures taken up during past 2 decades also, and particularly during 3 years also.
Sir,
2
there
decades
was
and 3 years during last 3 years.
a graded response action plan.
What about introduction of metro 2 decades back?
Yes, sir. One step is the
What
introduction of
else?
Delhi Metro.
What else? 2 decades back. Introduction of CNG buses.
Yes, sir.
Now you come to the measures which have been taken up during past 3 to 4 years. Prioritize them.
Sir, the most important would be the Commission of Air Quality Management, the step
That
taken
is
by
air
the,
quality management. And what about the fuel? Which fuel is being used in
Sir,
NCT?
Sir, HCNG buses, hydrogen CNG buses, and ethanol blending program.
Ethanol blending is there, you are right. But which type of fuel we are using? BS, which stage?
So BS6 stage, yes.
So BS4 to BS6
Yes, sir. We
directly,
skipped
skipping BS5.
Yes, sir.
What about prohibition on the entry of the trucks
Yes,
in
sir.
Delhi.
Yes,
so
sir.
what has been done related with that?
Sir, the prohibition of commercial traffic is prohibited, and also
So what has been done in that direction?
Yes, sir. One is the Western Peripheral Expressway
Yeah,
and Eastern Peripheral
that's right.
Expressway.
Eastern Peripheral Expressway and Western Peripheral Expressway to divert the
Yes, sir.
trucks from entering into Delhi.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Sir, recently the Delhi-Jaipur highway is also
Yeah, that is
constructed.
there. Yeah, yeah. What
Uh,
else?
Also, the rapid rail transport system from Delhi Meerut is also being developed, and one stretch of it is being tested by the fast-moving
What
trains.
about thermal power plants?
Sir,
What about
these are-
construction activities?
yes, sir. They come under the GRAP program, where with the pollution becoming severe stage by stage, steps would be enhanced, and for example, to reduce construction and dust pollution, there would be ban on construction. Another would be
Okay, thank you.
thank you, sir.
Ashish, you are from Jamia Millia University.
Yes, sir.
When was it established?
Sir, it was established in 1920.
What was the basic motive at that time?
Sir, it was in response to the Mahatma Gandhi's call of non-cooperation movement. They wanted to establish not a pro-British school, because there was a feeling that the Aligarh Muslim University was becoming more pro-British at that time. So they established this new university to provide Bunyadi Talim, basic education, and they later shifted this educational institute to New Delhi in 1935.
1935. And who was the third president?
Sir, it was Dr. Zakir Hussain. He was the alumni of Jamia Millia Islamia.
And other connections?
Sir, he was also the founder of Jamia Millia Islamia.
Some more connections?
Sir, with it's a connection with what?
Means still he is having some other connection with Jamia Millia. When
Sir,
you
there is
enter the
Dr.
gate,
Zakir
your
Hussain.
engineering department.
Yes, sir, there is Dr. Zakir Hussain Library in Jamia Millia Islamia. His mausoleum or his mausoleum is also established in the Jamia Millia Islamia.
That is also, no? Good. So how did you find this university?
Sir, it was a great university, and there was lot of intermingling of communities and practices, and we learnt a lot about the culture of Muslim people. We participated in their activities, they participated in our activities. So it was a great experience.
So the communal history of country, if you trace back, so what are the various historical movements in the history, and basically there was a communal rights in the
Yes.
country?
Sir, the communalization of the freedom struggle, it was started or not started, it was there in a more serious manner with the call of Pakistan and with the establishment of Muslim League in 1906, with the partition of Bengal as well in 1906, because the British tried to divide the Muslims and Hindus, because the Eastern Bengal was majority Muslims and Western Bengal was majority Hindus. Thereafter, there was repeated calls by the Mr. Jinnah of having a country for the Muslims. He proposed and he was a strong follower of the two-nation theory. And in response to that, there were also calls from Hindu Mahasabha and other organizations to not bisect the country. And Mahatma Gandhi was there. He tried to involve the Muslim masses in the freedom struggle through inclusion of the Khilafat goals with the non-cooperation movement. But I believe the partition was to some extent inevitable, because there was polarization was going to a very negative trend, and it was a very unfortunate event.
What is your opinion? Whether it is partition has taken place, is it good for the country or is it bad for the country? and why?
Sir, at that point of time when our national leaders agreed to the partition, there were very difficult times, very difficult circumstances. British was trying to take the advantage of the situation by giving us the ultimatum that we will be leaving your country and we will give the country to whatever kind of government we find. So at that point of time, I believe it was the only practical decision that could have been made. But later we are finding that Pakistan is trying to export terrorism and trying to have the ulterior motives for the Kashmir. So we are facing Pakistan as a hostile neighbor, and China is also trying to foment this India-Pakistan rivalry to its benefits. So it is looking very difficult for us to manage this situation, and it is holding us back to become a great power that we have the potential to.
Why the 15th August 1947 was declared as the Independence Day?
The Independence of India Act was enacted at that date by the British government.
The Indian Independence Act was passed in the British Parliament, and the June 1948 was the given 30th June 1948 was given as the last date. So they could have waited up to that time. Why this 15th August as a particular day? Who decided it and why?
So 16th August was the
15th August.
Pakistan's independence.
14th August is 14th August is Pakistan Independence Day. It is basically when they decided. So they, why the 15th August? What is the some other significance, or the just a it came into the anybody's mind and?
Sir, I'm not aware. I'm not aware, sir.
Lord Mountbatten, some significance regarding this date with him?
Sir, I'm not aware about.
Some
I know
Burma
about the
connection?
Mountbatten. What's that?
Some Burma connection?
Burma, Myanmar.
Myanmar.
Sir, I'm totally clueless about this.
Then say on 15th August 1946, what happened?
So Direct Action Day was
Direct Action Day was.
given by Mr. Jinnah.
And what happened in that year?
Sir, there was confusion regarding the grouping of states that was called for by British between Mr. Jinnah and Mr. Nehru. So Mr. Nehru at one point of time that he said that the grouping of provinces is not mandatory. So this further frustrated Mr. Jinnah, and he called for that Ladke Lenge Pakistan. So he called for Direct Action Day to.
So what was the impact in Indian history of the direct impact in the direct action plan?
Sir, a lot of criminalization of the common people, and lot of deaths were there, and it was a very psychological and emotional trauma for many families down the generation line. So there are pockets, and there are people which have not revived themselves from this trauma. So and Prime Minister also called for remembrance of partition, that we should understand why partition happened and it should not happen again. So in last year, I think he called for this. So
you must. What do you know about the Western Ghats? Have you heard about it?
So Western Ghats is the western mountain boundary along the Arabian Sea. It starts from Maharashtra and ends in Kerala.
But which are the other states?
Sir, Maharashtra is there, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala. I think some parts would also be in Gujarat.
How about Tamil Nadu?
Yes, sir, in Tamil Nadu as well. Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, briefing. Yes, we are running short of time. Very good. We'll call you in 2 minutes. Ashish, you know you are a Delhi boy.
Yes, sir.
all schooling, everything in Delhi. So there will be some expectation because you have all the advantages of availability of literature, this, that, and the other. But you have indicated UP as your state,
Yes, sir.
right? We didn't ask you much, but you should know what is happening in UP.
Yes, sir.
What's happening in Prayagraj?
Sir, in Prayagraj, sir, Delhi,
Anyway,
their commissionerate system is installed in Prayagraj, Ghaziabad, and Agra.
No. Some demolition is taking place.
Yes, sir. The Mr. Atiq Ahmed's
Yes.
aids and
Anyway,
has been demolished.
my limited point is keep track of happenings in UP because
sir.
you had declared UP as your state, even though all through you have been in Delhi,
Yes,
right
sir.
from date of birth. So now, so the lot can be asked on UP, and lot is being done there also. So some basic statistics of UP you should know. What is the literacy rate? Do you know? What is the sex ratio, etc., of UP? Contribution of tourism to UP's economy. So, I mean, we didn't ask you, but you should know about UP because you have declared it. Other than that, Jamia Millah and all, you have answered very well, very good. Now, police is your second optional, so a little more on that. Especially in Delhi, what sort of provision is there? The CM keeps on complaining that he does not have any say in the selection of chief secretary or of, police and all that. So, is Delhi a state or a union territory?
Sir, it is a union territory with
It's a union
legislature.
territory.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes,
It's
sir, I'm
not a
sure.
state? Delhi is not
It's
a
not
state?
a. No, sir, it's not a state. It's a union
Not a
territory.
state. Okay, check on this. When is your interview?
Sir, it's on this Friday.
Oh, this Friday?
Yes, sir.
Then our best wishes. Relax. And don't take any more mock.
Yes, sir. yeah.
Okay, instead read about your subject, mechanical engineering. There can be very many questions. Cryogenic engine and what not. Lot is happening on the mechanical front, so you should know that. And the budget economic survey highlights. Then about UP you should know. And Delhi setup and this, that, and some basic statistics, etc. Okay. And be honest, if you don't know, you say, I don't know, and get out of it. Don't try to guess.
Okay, sir.
Ashish, you came out very well.
Thank you, sir.
Just a few areas where I would like to focus. To my question on Latin America, your answer is good, what you said. But other questions, I think you could answer properly. but we don't know everything. I mean, one doesn't know everything. So one small thing I would like to tell you now here about persona non grata.
Yes, sir.
Why it is used more in the diplomatic relations? For example, tomorrow we declare a Pakistani diplomat in Delhi. They have High Commission here. So we'll declare their diplomat persona non grata. Then he or she has to leave the country and go. That means the person is no more acceptable to us or no more desirable. He has to leave the country. So that's where persona non grata comes into picture. Okay. Now, smart city, please read about it. It is Ministry of Urban Development. They have been entrusted with the task of implementing this mission of smart cities. So initially they had found 100 smart cities, but they have added more to it actually. So read about it. Very interesting subject. Smart city, of course, you I touched upon 1 or 2 points, but it's a broader thing. Smart
Yes, sir.
city.
Sir, when you asked me that how many smart cities are there, so I had this figure 100 around.
Yeah,
100
but
in
I
my
mean,
mind.
now
Should I say
around
that?
you can say, कोई बात नहीं,
हाँ,
ठीक है.
but what I'm saying is, I definition of smart city.
लेकिन ये नहीं कहना, can I guess it is 100. वो
don't say that, don't say that.
I no exact figure. It is around 100.
So in the next question, if they ask that, are you sure? So if I
नहीं around कहा ना आपने.
Around is
around
okay.
तो सही गलत
गलत नहीं हो सकता ना.
yes, sir.
शायद 108 हैं या और भी ज़्यादा.
Around
हो गए
100
हों.
you say, it's okay.
वो ठीक है.
Then I think coming to international domain, few topics of interest. One is G20, obviously. So keep track of that. Second is Quad. We're going to have the summit.
Yes, sir.
They had a meeting here in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
SCO of great importance. Then the ongoing, Russia-Ukraine conflict. Keep track of all that. Because right now the focus is on all these things right now. Last but not the least, I would say, any foreign dignitary visiting India around the time of your interview. I don't know when is your interview.
Sir, it's on this Friday.
So Friday, so hardly any time.
Yes, sir.
But I think you
Italy
maybe
Prime Minister.
keep track of who is coming now.
Sir, Italy Prime Minister, she just visited us.
Yeah, but
Yes.
maybe somebody else also, we don't know.
Yes,
Now
sir.
so many dignitaries are coming, as you know, the
Yes, sir.
Australian Prime Minister is probably coming,
Yes, sir.
Australian Prime Minister.
Yes, sir.
So keep track, Japanese Prime Minister, all that will be there. So read about them. And when you read, make it a point to write down. Sometimes making a mental note, you forget, So better to write down on a piece of paper or in a notebook. You can always say, okay, Australian Prime Minister, purpose of the visit. What we have now, we are negotiating, as you know, a free trade agreement with
Free trade
Australia.
agreement, yes, sir.
Defense cooperation, immigration issues, whatever comes to your mind, you keep them. Cricket, of course, one of them.
Yes,
He
sir.
was basically, he will be watching the fourth test match, isn't it? The Australian Prime Minister. And this somebody may ask you, this is not cricket diplomacy? When was the last time it was done? Cricket diplomacy. Questions will come from there. So be prepared. I think wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Ashish, very good performance, today's performance. लेकिन और भी better होना है.
जी, sir.
What to do related with that? Identify the probable questions from your depth, starting from your name, Ashish. What does it mean?
Sir, Ashish.
नहीं, वो ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
आप कर लें. और each and every keyword and current affairs, as it has already been suggested, and prepare those questions very well. Mechanical engineering is your optional. Mechanical engineering is the subject which you have studied. तो भाई ये तो देखना पड़ेगा कि इंजनलेस ट्रेन, इंजनलेस ड्राइवरलेस मेट्रो एंड ऑल दैट हैं, पॉल्यूशन रिलेटेड, ये सब आ जाएगा. अब जो भी हमने पॉल्यूशन से रिलेटेड डिस्कस किया है उसके अलावा क्या आएगा? ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन मिशन भी आएगा, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स भी आएंगे, हाइब्रिड व्हीकल्स भी आएंगे, ये सारे के सारे आएंगे. और ग्रीन ग्रोथ से रिलेटेड आपको वो याद होने चाहिए, एक्रोनिम एंड ऑल दैट, है ना. बजट को बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ना है, ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
और उसमें कोई कमी नहीं रहनी चाहिए बजट में. और इस एयर पॉल्यूशन बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट आपके लिए होगा, बिकॉज यू आर डेलाइट. और सर्विस से रिलेटेड और वो सारा आपका काफ़ी ठीक था. सीबीआई डायरेक्टर एंड ऑल दैट जो भी मैंने पूछा वो आपको उसकी
सर वो मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा था, इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो
नहीं, आपने ठीक तो कहा, वो बिल्कुल ठीक कहा. वो कैपसेट में आता है रॉ, और इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम में आता है, और अल्टीमेटली पीएमओ के अंदर तो सारा है ही.
सेपरेट कैडर आल्सो.
ठीक है ना.
सर मेरा वो सवाल था कि मैंने जितने मॉक दिए हैं उनमें से किसी ने भी इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो का पता नहीं क्यों पूछा नहीं है कुछ. तो
नहीं, मैंने तो इसलिए पूछा आपके, क्योंकि आपके फादर इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो, और आपने जो मैंने पूछा वो आपने सही आंसर दिया.
सर और क्या प्रॉब्लम
प्रोबेबल क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि आपके फादर आईबी में हैं.
यस सर, यस सर.
और तो ऐसा ही ब्रॉड जो भी चीज पब्लिक डोमेन में आपको दिखाई देती है वही प्रोबेबल क्वेश्चंस हैं, समझिए. ये आईबी और रॉ ये किस लिए आ रहा है? मेनली पब्लिक डोमेन में आजकल किस लिए आ रहा है? ये इसलिए ज्यादा आ रहा है कि वो जो कोलिजियम वाला जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट करके भेजा, उन्होंने काफी सारी जो इनकी रिपोर्ट थी उसको भी पब्लिक डोमेन में डाल दिया.
यस सर, यस सर.
इसलिए ये चीज आ रही है, अदरवाइज तो ठीक है ना. तो पब्लिक डोमेन में जो चीज है वो अच्छे से याद होना चाहिए. पब्लिक डोमेन में एयर पॉल्यूशन बराबर रहता है. जो आपने आंसर दिया था वो था कि अब तो गलती हो गई, पॉल्यूशन हो गया, अब क्या करें? ग्रेडेड एक्शन प्लान जो आपने मेंशन किया वो तो बाद की बात हो गई. बीमार हो गया आदमी, अब उसे ट्रीटमेंट क्या करें?
प्रिवेंशन के लिए नहीं है सर.
हाँ,
यस सर.
तो आपको बाकी चीज पहले बोलनी है जो
ठीक है सर.
ठीक है.
Okay, very good. Intelligence Bureau, etc., they will not ask you any detailed question. You just say whatever you said just now. That's it. You are not supposed to know,
Yes,
much
sir.
more than that. What exactly? Okay, good.
Okay, sir. Sir, about the partition questions in the communal history. So, did I handle them well or?
No.
See, you take the sequence, historical sequence, just in 1905, then partition of Bengal, and then ultimately the communal rights, major communal rights even in Kerala also, and then the atmosphere was totally vitiated and all these things. It was good.
Okay, sir. Right. Sir, I had one or two questions.
Quickly.
हाँ,
because
बोलो
we have-
जल्दी से.
Sir, regarding that, if I can I ask the board member if I am if I have a guess that sir, am I allowed
उसको
to
इस
guess?
तरीके से कहिए, सर आई एम नॉट वेरी मच श्योर, ओनली व्हेन यू आर 90-95% श्योर, गेस वर्ड मत यूज करना, कैन आई गेस, सर दो आई एम नॉट वेरी मच श्योर, इट मे बी लाइक,
ये नहीं चाहिए.
वो भी जब कि आप 90-95% श्योर हो, अदरवाइज से सर आई डोंट नो.
ओके सर, ओके. एंड सर मेरे को दिल्ली के 11 डिस्ट्रिक्ट हैं, उनकी यूनिकली प्रॉब्लम्स भी पता होनी चाहिए, जैसे सेंट्रल दिल्ली की क्या है. और
नहीं,
ऐसा
इतना नहीं. ये बात जरूर है कि 11 से अब ये 14 होने वाले हैं,
हाँ
वो
सर,
याद
19
रखना अपना है मूव के 14 करने का.
ओके
इसमें ये होगा कि टोटल दिल्ली की क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, मेजर प्रॉब्लम्स.
ठीक है, वो तो सर पता है, लेकिन कहीं मॉक में
नहीं,
किसी ने
स्पेसिफिक
पूछा.
डिस्ट्रिक्ट का तो ऐसा बड़ा ही, भाई देखो पेज तो कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं, लेकिन प्रोबेबिलिटी कम है
ठीक
कि इंडिविजुअल डिस्ट्रिक्ट का पूछें.
ओके सर, ओके. और सर कुछ ऐसे सवाल जिनका मैंने अच्छा आंसर दिया हो, वो आप कुछ.
नहीं, बाय एंड लार्ज आपका ठीक था.
अच्छा,
ठीक था, बस नॉलेज, भाई देखो मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग में पब्लिक डोमेन में जो चीजें हैं उन्हें करना है.
जी 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 सर.
But mechanical engineer may prepare more. That's what I would say.
ऑटोमोबाइल
For want of
सेक्टर
time in
डिकार्बोनाइजेशन
India,
अच्छे
even
से
some
करना
of the
है,
laws
बजट
you
अच्छे
should
से
know.
पढ़ना है.
Laws,
ओके सर.
mechanical engineering.
This is your which
थोड़ा.
mock?
सर दिस इज माय 7th
Seventh mock.
Yes,
Too
sir.
many
I have
mocks.
met you somewhere, so it
Okay, sir.
occurs to me that anyway.
Okay, sir.
So because I have seen you, so
Okay. Okay, sir. That.
I wish you all the best. If you have
Yeah,
any
don't
questions,
take too many mocks. Instead, read.
Yes, sir. This would
ये
be
नहीं
my
कि
last.
just walk in. यहाँ
because
तो
my
4 हैं.
हाँ,
हाँ,
तो टाइम नहीं है, वो अपना जो भी
बेकार में मत
जहाँ
करिए.
गैप फिल
And you'll get more confused. I tell you.
सर जो
What
अभी
you
मेरे
know
को
is
फीडबैक
enough.
मिला है, जो सवाल मुझे पता चले, मैं उनको प्रिपेयर करके
बस करके,
वहाँ पर बस
बस.
जाऊँ.
बस सिंपल डेट को देखते जाओ, करंट अफेयर्स
you have
देखते
done
जाओ.
so many mocks actually.
Yeah.
sir.
And I
So
think
what was the
we're-
advice given to you? Most of the mocks.
सर मोस्ट ऑफ द मॉक्स में मुझे ये बोला था कि मैं काफी चेहरे से एंग्शियस हूँ और स्माइल नहीं कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन मेरे को लग रहा है मैंने इस वाले में इम्प्रूव किया है.
आज तो ठीक लग रहा था,
ठीक लग
फिर
रहा
भी थोड़ा सा और, नहीं तो आपका ध्यान उधर ही रहेगा.
हाँ.
ऐसा कुछ खास आप उधर ध्यान दो ही मत.
वो सब
इतना
भूल
तो-
जाओ यार.
इतना बहुत ज्यादा कुछ ऐसे
Right.
नर्वस भी नहीं लग रहे थे हमको,
ठीक है.
ठीक ही लग रहे थे.
You
नहीं
stop
तो आपको
taking
ध्यान वही
mocks.
रहेगा कि मैं थोड़ा सा स्माइल कर दूं, और वो आर्टिफिशियल स्माइल और होती है, वैसी और होती है.
Natural smile अलग है.
You see, now don't take any more mock. You are all right.
Yes,
Believe
sir.
in yourself and do it.
I know some people
Okay,
will tell
good.
you कि हाथ आप ऐसे रखो.
और
You know,
क्या?
बस ऐसे ही एक जगह के नहीं रखना है अपना, ठीक है
you
सर.
know,
Okay,
look
you are
at
all right.
this. Look at don't.
Yeah.
You be natural. Answer the questions.
I think
Be
about
polite.
UP,
If you don't know anything, say sir, I
Yes.
don't know. I'm sorry, sir, I don't know.
you are still.
ये नहीं, आई विल लुक इनटू इट, नहीं वो नहीं.
I'll read about it later.
आई विल रीड
Doesn't
अबाउट
matter
इट.
really.
थोड़ा
अरे आप
UP
देखें नहीं देखें, बोर्ड का क्या कंसर्न.
और सर किसी सवाल में अगर कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है कि आर्ग्यूमेंट टाइप का हो रहा है,
हाँ,
तो मैं
आप
फिर वहां
obviously-
कह दूं कि सर आई हैव टू रीड मोर
So,
अबाउट.
Yeah.
no. I
नहीं,
tell
नहीं,
you what.
read नहीं.
Supposing you are taking a viewpoint, somebody is not agreeing with you. He will try to, press that argument
Yes, sir.
just to test you.
Yes,
not
sir.
that. So you stick to your standpoint, but with arguments. You say, sir, I'm sorry. I beg to differ, sir. I beg to differ. This is my own view. Like that.
You-
You should not be forced into something, compelled to say something. No. Why should you say that? I mean, you are entitled to your own view.
You
So
are
he-
big.
When your opinion is asked, you have
Yeah.
to give your
Stick to
opinion
your
with
opinion.
facts and figures
Don't
that should be
change.
supported.
Achha, but you are weak on UP. UP set up some statistics, details, plus and minus of UP. Okay, good.
All the best.
All the best.
Read yourself.
थैंक यू सर.